My first found footage on Tubi video got such a great response, I'm back with 5 more underrated found footage movies on Tubi.
And the very first one that I pick up says, Final Solution.
A young lady identifies herself as Sophia Crane.
And then it got a little upsetting after that. Got a little bit weird. There's no cuts. There's no retakes. There's no calling for action. There's absolutely no evidence to suggest that somebody is directing them. The camera doesn't lie.
First up is Butterfly Kisses from 2018. It's a mockumentary written and directed by Eric Christopher Myers. It stars Eric Christopher Myers, Rachel Armiger, Reed Delisle, and Matt Lake. A filmmaker discovers a box of videotapes depicting a student's unfinished film project featuring a local horror legend, Peeping Tom. At first, he just wants to finish the student's film, but he soon begins to lose himself in his work. I really liked the story. The acting was good, and I think the structure was well done. Like, it had good pacing, and as a documentary, it was intriguing. As a found footage movie, it was pretty creepy. Definitely suggest putting this one on your watch list.
Dashboard cam check.
Nice, Andy. How do I look?
Like a star.
Oh, that's the answer I'm looking for.
2021's The Andy Baker Tape was written by Brett Latta and Dustin Fontaine and directed by Brett Latta, both of whom star in the film. I don't remember who recommended it to me, but I'm glad they did. I'm not going to show any clips because it'd be easy to spoil. But the film is about 2 brothers who disappeared documenting their food tour of America's armpit. While it was intense at certain parts, there's a constant feeling of dread and discomfort, and sometimes like cringiness. The acting was spot on and very believable. I enjoyed it, and I think it deserves more than the 5.4 it currently has on IMDb.
Usually when somebody is playing with film, you can tell. You look at these pictures, there's none of that. You own a gun? I do. And ever since I've seen these photographs, I've been sleeping with it under my pillow.
At least they can't get me in here.
When we were kids, we couldn't even pronounce the place. We just called it Savage Land.
Next on the list is Savage Land, recommended by Thomas Bayes 8292. This is another mockumentary style film from 2015. It was written by Phil Gildry, Simon Herbert, and David Whalen. It stars Noah Montes, Lawrence Ross, and Heather Moore. When a small town near the Arizona-Mexico border is wiped out overnight, suspicion falls on the lone survivor. But a roll of photos that the survivor took that night tells a different story. This film was absolutely fantastic. The acting was excellent, the storytelling was well done, and it was genuinely a creepy film. The creators did a great job at blending horror with social commentary. However, it did get like a little heavy-handed at the end, but I mean, it is what it is. It's not like a huge complaint. Kind of like they were trying to explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old, if that makes sense. With that said, the ending gave the perfect setup for a sequel, and I desperately want one. I need to see more of this story and where it goes. So if you can't tell, I highly recommend this one.
Tangled!
Mistake. We're gonna go.
Now, I saw The Tunnel a few years back, and I haven't seen it on any streaming services until someone mentioned that it's on Tubi, so I had to give it another watch. This is an Australian mockumentary from 2011, written by Enzo Tedeschi and Julian Harvey, and directed by Carlo Ledesma. It stars Belle Delia, Andy Roderida, and Luke Arnold. I'm pretty sure I pronounced all those right. An investigation into a government cover-up leads to a network of abandoned train tunnels deep beneath the heart of Sydney. As a journalist and her crew hunt for the story, it quickly becomes clear the story is hunting them. Quite catchy, right? This movie is pretty scary. The jump scares were good and the tension was kept up throughout the entire film. Being set in such a claustrophobic area, it helps a lot with that. A couple of the characters got a little annoying at times, but not enough to like really bother me. Overall, this one was like a real fun, entertaining watch.
Terry, call the fire department right now.
We're sorry. The number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again.
And last but not least, the Blackwell Ghost. This one is kind of different because when it was first released, there was a lot of speculation as to whether or not this was a real movie or a documentary. It's since been proven to be fictional, but that just goes to show how believable it actually is. The synopsis is pretty simple. A filmmaker wants to make something more than just cheesy zombie movies, so he decides to make a documentary to find out if ghosts are real. He's contacted by a man who claims to live in a haunted house and invites him to investigate. Now, creator Turner Clay found some sort of like secret sauce in the found footage genre because he's made 6 more films in the series and they all have like really good reviews. I've only seen the first one and I'd love to watch the rest, but my pockets aren't that deep. I will say that the acting is like 100% spot on. The couple, and you never like really hear the names except for the wife, which I can't remember what her character's name was, but they were just really believable. The only thing that kind of threw me off, and I saw this mentioned in a one of the articles written about it, they wear the same clothes a lot. Like the first time they go to this house and then the second time they go back to the house, they're wearing the same clothes. Other than that, like, it's just genuinely a spooky movie, and it's not like, it doesn't have like a typical sort of 3-act structure, which I think might add to the sort of believability of it. So definitely recommend watching this one, and I really want to watch the rest of them, but like to like rent them, it's like $6 a pop, and I mean, I wish he would do like a bundle deal. If he did that, like, I could probably do that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get around to watching them one of these days. But yeah, really love this one. For more underrated found footage movies on Tubi, click the video on the screen, and I'll see you over there. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, embrace your chaos.